Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is V and I'm back with another video. And what was that? Anyways, so I'm doing this video today for you guys. As you guys see from the title of this video, I did this video about 3 years ago about about me buying my house. And I bought my house when I was 21, and that video, I look at it and every single time I see it, I'm kind of like, who is she? Like, I look at it now, and obviously I think at that point in my life I thought YouTube was kind of like me being super like cute and like, hey, like this is me and this is how I bought my house. And obviously me now, I'm just like a little bit more relaxed. Like I let my body chill, if that makes sense, but I just let myself be me. And I think at that time I just thought, you know, I wanted to be perfect and I wanted to be like bam, 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 bam. And I wanted to do this video kind of like a more chill set vibes with my Christmas tree back there. And just being a little bit more relaxed and kind of sitting here and explaining to you guys how I bought my house and what are the things that I would do differently. And also kind of like a story time as well, not so like, oh, like right to the, you know, point and stuff. I mean, obviously I know if this is what you were looking for, it's not gonna be like that. It's just gonna be more of me sitting down and talking to you guys. So grab your wine, grab your snacks, grab goodies, I don't know, grab your stuff and just sit down and listen to me. I don't know, that sounds kind of, anyways, let's get the video started. Back to when the idea came about me buying a house. I was 19 turning 20, and as you guys don't know or might know, I am a DACA recipient, so I do have DACA, and I'm not gonna sit here and explain every detail of it. Google it if you want to, go ahead. And it was a lot more difficult for me to build my credit, and all that sort. So I remember I was really devastated because I wasn't able to build my credit like everybody else, and also mind you, I was working at the bank at the time, so I always saw people getting approved for the credit card and, you know, working their credit and all this stuff, and I would always get super bummed out because I wasn't able to get a credit card. Obviously with my status, it was a lot harder to get those things. So I remember Jose has a furniture store, and he still does. Now we're just doing it online. I remember I asked him like, hey, can I get a furniture piece from your business? And he's like, yeah, I mean, I have credit companies. And he ended up doing an application for me, and I ended up doing the application and getting approved. And I remember I got approved for like 500 bucks, and he was like, yay, like, he's like, I knew it. He's like, I had a client before you like 2-3 weeks ago and had the same DACA and they got approved, so I knew you could do it. And I was like, thanks babe, blah blah blah. Mind you, I think we had only been together for like a year or two, and I think for him the thought of me buying a house was kind of like, what is this girl doing? But again, that's why I love him, and I love him to pieces just because he's never stopped me from doing anything. I mean, think about it. Your girlfriend's trying to buy a house with you guys being together for 2 years, and she's just out there doing it, and you're just over here like, do I really want to live with her? But he's just always supported, and that's why I love you. I love him so much. So after I got that piece of furniture, which I still had to buy it, and I bought the piece of furniture, I remember I got a credit application for Capital One, which was another credit card that I finally had received in the mail. I have never received like a letter in the mail to apply for a credit card. And I remember it was like, Mom, I'm like so excited. Mom was like, yay, like I knew you would. And I was just like, yeah. So I remember I applied for it. And in that moment when I did the online application, I got approved, and I got approved for $300. And I was just like, score. Like I was so happy and so excited. And I remember I would use that credit card, pay it back, use it, pay it back, never left a balance on it. And I did that for a whole year. So throughout my whole 20s, I built my credit. It didn't take me long. It literally took me a year to build my credit. And I remember it because I remember it when it happened, and I remember it like at that end of the year when I was turning 21, because my birthday is January 30th. I remember January 1st, I was like, I want to buy a house, and I was just like, like this is it, like I'm gonna do it. Like I got my credit up, I got my bank account like I got my savings ready, it's looking nice, let's do this. And mind you, my parents have never, and I'm very blessed with this, I think the reason why I have this home and all of this is because of them, because my parents have never asked for anything from me as far as giving them money or helping them out. I'm very thankful that my parents have always been really hardworking and never had to struggle to the point that they've had to take our money. Everything I've, you know, got as far as any job that I got, I was always keeping every check, never had to share it, and I only paid like my stuff. Now I know it sounds super selfish, but I'm very thankful for that, because they let me build my dreams, and they let me, obviously I know I could have spent all that money, and trust me, I could have, but I didn't, and this is why I have what I have, and I'm super blessed for my mom and my dad. I love you guys so much. But yeah, so after I did all that, I saved about, I would say like 13,000 or more at the time. And I was like ready. I was like, I can buy this house. And when I did, I remember now I was jumping into the next step of having so much backlash as far as the banks not being able to approve me because my status. It was like, oh my gosh, like we've never heard of that. Even the own bank that I was working at did not let me. And I remember going to about 6 different banks, and I think it was just so new at the time, like not a lot of people were getting approved, or if they were. And also my biggest mistake, guys, then this is kind of adding to my thing, is I didn't have anyone represent me. You know, I'm a real estate agent now, and it's so important to have someone represent you, and I did not have anybody represent me. And maybe if I would have had someone represent me, I would have been able to kind of search out through their lenders, because I know I have lenders that I have, and I know some that specialize in those, you know, areas. So that was my biggest mistake. But obviously I was 20 and I was 21, and I mean, do we really think? I mean, I wasn't thinking. I was kind of just like, oh, I'm gonna buy a house, like I want to be cool, and I don't know, that's just where my mind was. And now I'm just like, oh my god, Brenda. But anyway, so I went through obstacles of banks and banks and banks, and then finally I had found one, which was Desert Schools. And finally, when they had kind of told us like, hey, I've heard a case of yours, like a case similar to that, I think we can approve you. I remember I had to wait like about 3 business days to hear anything back from them. And then when I heard back from them, they told me that it had been approved for the amount that I wanted to get my house for. And I remember I got approved for 150, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like yes. And I was so like, if you guys, I wish I could have recorded my expression, because I wanted to bawl my eyes out. It was also such a, after hearing so many no's, you get so discouraged. You know, from hearing no's with my credit cards, by being denied with so many credit cards. Obviously I didn't just get Capital One. I got 2 other credit cards, which were Victoria's Secret and TJ Maxx, and honestly that's how I built my credit. Like I said, you guys can watch the video that I have linked down below. Obviously I was a little bit more younger and stuff, but I'm not embarrassed about the video. I still give out some pretty good advice. But it took me a lot to get to that. And for most people, honestly, like even me being on this side now, being a real estate agent, I can see how that can be so discouraging for somebody, because when you hear so many no's, you just, after a while, you just want to be like, it's never gonna happen for me. And I didn't mind living with my parents. Honestly, my mind was never like, I want to get out, like I want to get out of my parents' house, I don't want to live here anymore. It was just solely purposely because I just wanted to have my own. And I thought that, you know, the American dream is to own your own piece of land here. And I did that. And I look at my house sometimes and I'm like, wow, like this is mine. Like this is my own little place where I get to be myself, or, you know, do what I want and do the things that I love doing. So with no one telling me what I can and cannot do. Obviously, don't get me wrong, my parents were never so like evil, they weren't, but they're amazing, and this is why I have what I have. But it was just always like that mind, you know, that I've had of like being independent. And I think also has to do with my DACA, because I think it's made me who I am, being an immigrant, being able to you know, being told no so many times in your life, that you can't do that you can't do this, that you can't work, that you can't drive, that you can't do all of these things, had pushed me to do this, and I'm so proud of it. And obviously I went with this with a different mind at the time. Now obviously I am so thankful, and I just see my house as an amazing piece to my life, you know. And I've made so many memories here for the past 3 years, and there's nothing honestly that I would change. And if you are out there watching, I would tell you, don't give up. Do not give up on anything that you want in life, because anything is possible. I know you might see my story and be like, well, you had help, your family was always there, and I don't have that. But I think when we reflect our past, or oh, because of my life I can't do that, or because I got treated this way, or because of this I can't have that, that's why you have it. Absolutely not. You know, I'm an immigrant. I didn't have the privileges of being able to drive when I could. I had to wait till I was 21 to drive. I couldn't own a car till I was 21. It's crazy because it all really happened when I was 21. And I didn't get my driver's license till 21. Arizona was one of the states that wasn't allowing driver's license. So the first moment that they allowed the ability for DACA students to have driver's license, I was able to go get one. And literally on my 21st birthday, right, like on the process of me buying my house that month, I got my driver's license. And my parents never allowed me to drive until I was 21. And it's crazy because I was also a homeowner at the time. And it's insane to me that everything I worked so hard for, being a good citizen and trying to be the best person that I could be without breaking the law or doing anything to harm anybody, and being a good person, has got me to where I am. So also, I would just tell you, keep trying, keep pushing. And if you guys ever have a question, please comment down below. I can always do another video for you guys as far as any questions that you guys have. So yeah, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was short, kind of just like letting you guys know a little bit of how I bought my house, and just kind of just listening to me ramble on. And I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, so bye.